Nah, I changed my mind. Ah! Oh, I just fell into a hole that one of you guys made after digging straight down.
Me?
Wow.
What are you crying on about? I don't dig straight down.
Dude, that's like the equivalent of calling someone autistic, dude. I bet you dig straight down. Like, wow. Get roasted, dude. There is no coming back from that one. Your whole life is ended. Yeah. Okay, I will. Dude, I'm actually watching the sun go down. Like I'm sleeping at the perfect angle, and that was really cool. I'm clipping that. I was so freaking good at Ark. Like I was honestly the best. I freaking raided the Alpha Tribe, dude. I freaking raided the Alpha Tribe. For 1 second, dude, I had in my hands like 50 element, like tech Behe gates, everything, dude. And I had the power of everything in my hands. And then I just let it go.
Then you lost it.
Well, no, I brought back like 50 metal arrows. I got the 150 rock drake egg and it hatched into twins. That was worth it. Oh, I don't know. It was whatever his name that hatched it on his other server, Aberration. Yes. Oh, yeah, but he gave us one of a... Yeah. Yeah, and we never even wrote it. It was just like a trophy. Dude, I screwed with the alphas so much, man. I loved it. I didn't even try to. Like, it was completely on accident. I thought, like, dude, I ran into the boss fight, too. And I almost... Yeah, dude, I almost, like, finished it. I almost, like, I was, like... He was, like, almost dead. And then he, like, freaking bit me. That was fun, man. Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, if I survived till the end. And then I told them, I made the mistake of telling them that I was in it. And then that just kind of, that was not good. Yeah, that kind of ticked them off. They were like, that's your last straw, dude. You already like freaking killed us when we were transferring all of our tech stuff. Like, jumping into a boss fight, dude, that's the end of it. We're coming for you. And then they like said our location in the chat. They were like, we know where you live in the cave. And you're like, I was like, oh crap. And like, whatever their name, it started with like a J or something. Insane. Yeah, it was insane. Those guys freaking knew where we lived. And I found, from like the previous alphas, I found like those underwater vaults. I actually ended up finding 3 of them, but they haven't played in so long that I demolished them for free. And inside was like 100 like flaming arrows. There was like a ton of like journeyman flak. So like think about all the things I contributed to. I literally like advanced us probably farther than anyone else. I mean, yeah, I killed... Yeah, dude, I would always get those drops. I would spend like freaking hours getting drops. It really hurt when we got wiped. It's like, dude, all my progress broke. Yeah, my life. And it's not like
I got this fucking race done.
And I was there from the beginning, dude. Like, it was freaking Lewis and I. And then I remember Calm joined. And I remember when Ben joined, too. Freaking Lewis was messing with Ben's boat. No, Lewis and I were messing with Ben's boat because Ben tried raiding us on this, like, turret boat. Because we were living on top of Herbie. We were living on the, like, beach of Herbie Island. And Ben came around the corner. Yeah, and like he killed one of our pteranodons, and I was like, what the frick, dude, let's go hunt this guy down. And so like we chased his boat, and like I don't think we broke into it because I didn't think we had TNT at the time, or C4. We didn't have C4 at the time, and we weren't about to make a bunch of grenades to break into his boat. But like he went into a rock, like he glitched his boat into a rock so we couldn't destroy it. And then I got offline, and then Lewis started talking to him, and he was like, "All right, he's in our clan." I was like, "This guy literally killed my freaking Pteranodon. I don't want him in my clan."
Yeah, do you know how me and Lewis met? Right? I literally just went on the server, knocked out a 140 Pteranodon and like a 140 Raptor. Like, I had nothing else. I literally had nothing. I was just like slowly killing him. He came over and went, "Do you want kibble?" And he gave us fucking Pteranodon kibble in that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just a nice lad, isn't he?
Sure.
Fucking retard, like, for giving me random fucking kibble.
Yeah, that is pretty true. He just, and then, like, he's too trustworthy. That's the thing. Like, you could have just been like one of those people that insided us. Because that's what happened.
We did get inside.
Yeah, we did.
Get inside.
He was like, "Dude, I met this guy." Like, I got online, and he was like, "Dude, I met this guy." And I think the reason that he invited him to the tribe was because he was on Herbie Island and he was taming a Pteranodon or something like that. And he was like, "Now he's part of our clan." I was like, "Dude, that's not a reason to invite him just because he was freaking taming a Pteranodon." And the kid uploaded.
My sick looking Argent.
Yeah,
I got such a nice looking Argent.
Yeah, that was so dumb. He transferred all of our like turrets and crap into the thing and just quit the server. And I was like, "Lewis, you freaking idiot! Why did you do that?" He's like, "Oh, I thought he was a cool guy."
You don't invite strangers to your tribe.
Exactly.
You just don't do it.
That's why I freaked out when freaking Ben and you joined the tribe. I was like, "Oh," because Ben already killed our dinos, and you were just taming one like randomly. You can't just do that.
On the server, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's like you can't just do that, Lewis. But he's never been like insided, but I have, because I've actually been insided a couple times.
I've been insided before.
Jeez.
I've been the person who's done it before, because why not? It was funny.
I've never done that. Oh my God, I'm not that mean.
Yeah, me and Kieran, we got invited to some tribe. They had like 30 odd turrets and everything. Got spinos, all that. We dismantled their whole base and we took it to a different server.
Jeez.
Took like a level 250 spino with us as well.
Jeez. I remember we were the oldest tribe on the server for a while there. Like, we'd watch people. Well, yeah, but like it was kind of cool to like watch people come and go. Like, we were like the elders, and like we knew everything from like the point we joined to like the point we left. Like, we would just have like a timeline. People would be like, "Hey, you remember?"
Our first server that we played on 614. They've been shut down now. But yeah, this was like really far back in the day, like really far, long time. We were on this server for so long.
Huh. The time I met Lewis was, I joined the server thinking like I was gonna play with my cousin and his friend, and like we played for a little bit, and then it just all started like going bad. Like his friend would just like he started like leaving us as a tribe, and he started just like going out by himself. And so I was like, "Oh, okay." And so I just started messing around with my cousin. We brought a Titan over to Lewis's house, and because there was a he was built on the back of like South 2 or something like that. And so Titan was there. I hit the Titan with an arrow. I brought it over to Lewis's like little wooden hut, and yeah, and it started like shaking the whole like screen, and like he got really annoyed, and so the idiot hit the Titan to try and lure it away, but the thing was by his house. So instead of shooting it, he just like hit it with like a hammer, and then it killed like all of his dinos in like one stomp. And he was like freaking mad. And then like I went over, no, my cousin's friend thought that was a funny story, and so he went over to the alphas, and he like started living with them, and I just started hanging out more with Lewis than him. And it was kind of like a rivalry. It was like, I don't know, like
I can't do it, man.
it was fun. So yeah, the alphas got wiped, and my cousin's friend decided to go with them to another server. So he basically left my cousin and I just to be with the alphas. And he wasn't even part of the clan. It was literally like he would just be their pet. You know, I'm Sonic. No, you probably weren't there. He was like their pet. He would build like a tiny wooden shack next to all of their like tech stuff. Yeah, like their huge tech mansion, and they would just like walk next to him with like freaking gigas and crap like that, and they'd be like, "Hey, how's it going, dude?" And he'd be like, "Oh, ooh, I am doing so good building Pteranodon house, ooh." It's like he'd act like a freaking child just to gain attention and like live next to the alphas, and it was like really cringy here looking at him in chat, and he would be like, "My Pteranodon died," and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, we'll give you our freaking level 150 tamed Rex," and he was like, "Oh, thank you." It's like, are you kidding me? Like he would just get like benefits just by living next to these guys, and they wouldn't wipe him because of his crappy shack, and like it was really cringy, so I just gave up on him and I went with Lewis. I hated him, but now we're best friends again, so it's alright. But I don't want to play Ark with him ever again, because he'd probably do the same crap. But yeah. I remember when you called, I met you in a call. Lewis called you, and I was like, "Who's that person on the other mic?" And he's like, "Oh, his name's George." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool," because what I was doing at the time, I was taming Dimorphodons in the swamp. Dude, my Dimorphodon was a freaking baller. That purple dude, he was pretty cool. That like purple, blue, pink one, dude, he was a beast. I know, I tamed him at like level 150 too. I was breeding them, like I was trying to breed Dimorphodons, because Dimorphodons are like my babies. I love those things. If I ever get back on Ark, dude, I'm definitely gonna have like a Dimorphodon army, because that's what I really like doing in Ark. Like I don't really care for the building. I'm not a very good builder, but I'd always wanted to freaking like not really tame, more of like breed. I've always wanted to get like the best stats on a dino and then just keep breeding them over and over again. Learn what stats, like I've honestly forgot what good stats are for dinos. Like if you be like, "Hey, what's a good stat for a Stegosaurus?" For HP, I'd be like, I don't know, dude. 20,000? I don't know. Like I used to try and memorize all these stats and try and get them into next generations. And it's really fun. It's like really, really fun. But I never could do it, because every time like I tried to breed a dino, the Dimorphodons, like I don't know, like they'd die. They would literally die before the next person got online. You remember when we were in the cave and we kept trying to breed the Stegos, and like we'd have to do like these shifts over the day. Like each person would be like dedicated to the Stego just to try and like freaking get them. Like it was so hard. I actually woke up like super early in the morning on like weekends when I didn't have work or school, just so I could freaking get online and take my shift for the day. It was a okay Stego. It was like 140 or something like that. It was something good to start out with, at least to get like a good breeding line going. I remember I was pretty like the one thing that I could not do was keep a dino alive for more than like 24 hours. You know, there's always someone picking me off my freaking frog and then killing them. And there's like always just people out there. And
It's
so
definitely been frogs, which I've went for the most in dinos wise.
dude, frogs were my favorite. I loved the frogs. I would always like go out with a frog and then it would die. And then I'd spend like the entire next day taming like 5 frogs and then they'd die within a couple days. Dude, like everyone else would have like a frog for a week and I'd have it for like 2 days max.
Get killed.
And then his kid is killed. Dude, I felt so bad because this is what happened. This is like the main reason I left Ark. Because when we were rebuilding after the wipe of our like whole base, I said, alright, we have like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna tame a dino. And I took Ben's freaking thing. But the thing was, the day before, I got one of Ben's high-level dinos killed, and he said, don't ever... it was a Baryonyx, yeah. And those things aren't really fast tamers. So I got it killed, and he, like, freaked out, because I've killed so many of his dinos on accident. And I every time I tried to get one back for him, I'd always end up killing one. But, like... I killed that dino, and I was like, if I return back to the tribe, when he gets online, you know, it's better just to leave. And so I just stopped playing Ark. Because I did not want to fear the wrath of Ben. Yeah. It was like a constant, like I felt bad for him. Like it was a constant routine every day. He would get online, it would always be a dino dead. Every day, there would always be a dino dead. And I tried not to. I tried not to. Like, I would always go out. I'd be like, okay, today I'm going to dedicate my day to taming dinos for Ben. To give him, like, all his gifts for the ones that I've killed. And I would go out with his dino because I didn't have any. And I'd get it killed. And it's just, like, nice. I just couldn't do it, bro. I remember I tamed for 2 hours a level 150 Sarco, and I got many Sarcos killed trying to get that thing back to our cave. I believe I lost 2 frogs and a high level Sarco just so I could get the 150 Sarco back. It was so bad, dude. Like, you know I'm a bad tamer when it takes me, like, 3 dinos just to get 1 dino back. I killed a level 120 or so Sarco and, like, 2, like, level 100 frogs just to get a level 150 Sarco back. And it wasn't even that far. It was from the freaking, like... No, I would be patrolling it. Because I would be in constant fear of somebody coming up to it and, like, killing it. So I would, like, patrol it. I would sit there for... like 2 to 3 hours watching him intently, giving him food. Literally, I dedicated my entire day to 1 dino. But the thing was, I'd have to like keep getting it food, and I'd be sitting by like the the swamp, and I hate the swamps. And it'd be like, I get bitten like a freaking snake. I get bitten like by a snake or something, and boom, I'm knocked out, and then I'm just like, oh crap, and then that dino dies, and then I'm like, okay, I can't let this 150 Sarco die. So I go back, so I respawn back under the cave, I take out another like frog, I'm like, okay, I need to keep going with this Sarco. So I bring out another frog, and I die again, and then I take out another dino repeatedly. I made a YouTube video on it too, like the whole like story of me trying to tame that freaking Sarco. It sucked. It actually sucked. every time I killed one of Ben's dinos, I always felt like I was in debt, because I always felt like I was gonna repay him one back. So I would have to get myself a dino, plus him a dino. And so, in order to get out of debt, I'd have to tame more dinos for myself than dinos I've killed for him. So I'd have to repay all of his dinos back, and then get some for myself. I actually got out of debt once. Like, I tamed like a bunch of dinos that he said were acceptable levels as like gifts for him. And then I went out and I tamed like 2 level 140 frogs, a male and a female. And they were perfect stats too. Like, one of them was like really high melee speed, and then the other one was like really high weight carrying or whatever. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna freaking breed these. And then I took care of them like babies, dude. I would be like, alright, nobody go out on my frogs. I'm gonna breed them. I just want them to be higher levels first. And so like only I would go out with them. And then one day, I had another frog. It was a trash frog, like a throwaway frog that I would use to just scout with for like raids. And I used it, and Lewis and I went on a raid. His frog got killed, so he went back to the cave, and he said, yo, you mind if I come back? There's no other frogs. Can I use your war frog? And I said, alright, just don't get it killed. And then he got it killed, and I was like, you know, I couldn't feel too mad, because I understood what it felt like to be like Ben. Like I understood what it was like to be Ben there for a second. To tame a frog and just have it die. And then he said he was going to repay me back my frog, and he never did. That thing sucked, bro. I got so bad at like keeping dinos alive. It got to the point where literally I would have one job, and that was to take the beaver up to the top of Herbie Island, which is an island full of herbivores, so non-aggressive dinos, and just get wood. And you know what, dude? You know what I did with that freaking like dino? I took like 5 trips up and down getting wood, and then a kraken killed it. It's like I can't even go out, I couldn't even leave the cave without getting a dino killed, like just to get up to the island. But I was a hard grinder. I was very good at grinding. I remember when you guys needed stuff for the grinder, you guys went to sleep. Yeah, dude, you guys went to sleep, and I filled like 2 full-size chests with stone and wood, dude. It took me a good 4 hours of grinding, just going up and down to Herbie Island repeatedly just to get all those chests filled. And I filled the grinder up itself too. Like, I just freaking went ham. Yeah, dude, I just went, like, I can grind, but I cannot freaking keep a dino alive if it, like, my life depends on it. I just can't. But, you know, I definitely can grind. Oh, I know. I was probably in like shock or something. Like, oh my gosh. But then in my mind, I was like, okay, I know that George and like Ben and Lewis are gonna be mad when they see all the deaths, but they're gonna be happy that I have a higher level Sarco to start out with. So it will all be okay when they see what it came out for. So yeah, I lost a couple of dinos' lives, but I also got a super good dino in the process. But eventually it's just like I lost too many lives for it to even matter. It's like it was bad. I cannot tame. I really can't. I can't keep dinos alive. There's always something, dude. Like my luck, dude. My luck is so bad. Dude, that was that was Calm's dino. Cause what Calm was doing was he was in the jungle. He was in the redwood, taming a thylacoleo. And I remember after he tamed it, he like screamed. No, after it died, he like screamed because it's like his favorite dino. The Thylacoleo is his favorite dino. I literally had one job. I was the getaway driver. I brought, because the plan was, I brought Calm over to the island, and he said he was gonna go tame a Thylacoleo, and I was gonna be the boat driver, so he could put the Thylacoleo on the boat, and we could like drive it back to the base. And I couldn't even do it. Like I died. I had one job, be the getaway driver, and I couldn't do it.